The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is Cowboys StoryLine with Nick Eatman.
What's up, everyone? It's time for Cowboys StoryLine. I'm Nick Eatman on Thursday, October 24th. Moving right along here. 1 week till Halloween. I'm sure you guys will be ready for that, especially if you have kids. But still, it's been scary enough right now with this season and some of the things we've already seen this year. Will it change this Sunday in San Francisco? We will find that out. Mixed opinions on what you guys are thinking about the game. It seems like, I get some positive, some thoughts. The Cowboys can go up there and win it. And other people think it's still San Francisco. It's gonna be tough. I don't really know where I stand on that yet. I'm kind of somewhere in between. 888-855-2297. It's the number to call. Want to hear from you guys? You can text as well. 817-290-3298. Don't get a whole lot of text messages. Maybe we do. Chris Beam just doesn't open it up. I don't know, but We really we love the phone calls. The StoryLine, that's part of it. Want to hear some stories? Get on the line, do it, see how that works. All right, we're going all the way to Canada. Start off the show here. Paul's in Vancouver, Canada. So what's up, man?
Nothing much. How are you?
Good. Talk to me.
Good. Yeah, I just wanted to have some quick thoughts. So I was hoping you kind of explain what kind of offense this is, because this doesn't really look like a Texas Coast offense. Like, there isn't a whole lot of tempo. There isn't a whole lot of lateral movement. I think to run that kind of offense, you need a running back who can catch the ball with some elusiveness. So I think that losing Pollard has impacted how McCarthy can run the offense he wants. So what are your thoughts on that? And I don't get too many chances to call in, so I was hoping you can touch on if you think that the O-line group we have is good enough to move forward. I think it is, so I credit the organization for that. And is the plan for Maris to be our middle linebacker of the future, just kind of learned by Kendricks this year? And I'll listen off the air, and Cowboys going to win this game 21-20. Go Cowboys.
20. All right. That's a like compact call there. Got a lot of stuff happening there. It was quick, in and out. Got a score. Got 3 questions and points. Let me hit on some of this here. The offense, I don't know. I don't know if it's a Texas Coast. I mean, what is that? Like, it's not like that. I mean, that was kind of a new thing we hadn't, heard before. A variation of the West Coast offense, and was supposed to have different flavors in it from the Cowboys, from the concepts. That's what. To me, that's what the best offenses and defenses are. Is just kind of a combination of a lot of different things. I think what it looks like, nothing's working well if your offensive line doesn't block consistently, and if you're always behind the chains all the time. So to answer your second point, do I think this offensive line is the one moving forward? Well, for the most part, yes. I don't know how long Zach Martin will be the right guard, and just because, he's talked about retirement at some point, and his contract is at a point next year where it'll be interesting to see what the Cowboys do with him. But for the most part, yeah, these young guys, they just got to play. They just got to get better and play. And then Maris Leofau, yeah, I think he has a chance. Might need to bulk up a little, but to be the middle linebacker. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely got a place. Just depends what kind of defense they run here, and what the concepts will be. But yeah, I think there's definitely a good spot for him, and he has that versatility to kind of go back and forth and play either on the outside, or he could be the Mike. But might need to be bigger, though, if he's going to play the Mike. But I love his ability to kind of chase the football and find it. So there certainly will be a place for him. All right, Irene, Falls Church, Virginia. Irene, what's up?
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, so we had fun last night on the Spaces. We had a big turnout. So anyway, Thursday nights usually, but we did Wednesday night last night. So the informed fans on this show that is why I think a lot of us actually come on here and watch it, because I'll tell you a real story really quickly. I was in a bar with my group of very intense Cowboys fans one time and informed, and there was another guy who he was just doing some work out here, but he was from Texas, had his jersey on. In the course, we invited him over. In the course of conversation, he asked us if Witten was still playing, and then a few minutes later was talking about if Witten was in the Hall of Fame, or thought he was in the Hall of Fame. So I'm bringing that up because, ESPN, I was always trying to, I don't watch any of those, but I end up seeing things on Twitter. So, we can get sidetracked about people knocking on the glass or whatever the distraction of the day might be that people want to talk about that, Dante Fowler said he didn't even say the things that was quoted. So whatever.
Yeah.
It's a place with distractions, but I think everywhere has them. There is something to our brand that does more, but I don't know. I feel like listening to shows like on here, and it just helps us be with people who, you say like, oh, you can't insult, my family, but if you're in the family, you can make the jokes, that kind of thing.
Right.
That's the vibe I get.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing is you're teaching me how to watch these games and still enjoy them, even though I think you've made it pretty clear, like, this is the fork in the road, and we might not turn this around with not one player away. So to temper the expectations but still enjoy that ride, that is actually very new to me, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And that being said, I'll take a shot. I know that the 49ers have a lot of injuries. They all seem to be on offense, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't see how our offense gets going against their defense. But I am hoping that Schottenheimer and McCarthy use the bye week to incorporate a little bit more motion, and also just moving CD around into different spots and taking advantage. He did so well in the slot last year to the point where people were like, oh, that's not a real receiver. You got to be of course, Eagles fans, you got to be an outside receiver to count. Anyway, that's what I'd like to see. I don't see us winning. I don't have a score prediction, but hopefully the offense injuries on their side will keep it not a bloodbath. But that's it. All right, have a good one.
Okay,
Bye.
Thank you. All right, Irene, good stuff. Lot to talk about. You guys are bringing a lot of different topics here, more than I even have room on my sheet of paper to write down. I would imagine the topic of the distractions would come up today. I know the story that came out about the former players that were, I guess, talking about the tours that are here in the building. Very comical to me that people would say that. I just I think it's funny because the players don't deal with the tours nearly as much as we do. And I can't imagine going to my boss and saying that, man, I just couldn't, it's bothering me, these tours. I can't get my job done. I can't get work done here because of all these tours that come by. I mean, I don't know if y'all see them in the reflection, but I mean, tourists probably come through here 3 or 4 times a day. Like, deal with it. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand the point there. If they're saying that it's not, football's not number one for the Cowboys or whatever, Jerry's not number one to Jerry, which is BS. I mean, that's ridiculous to think that. But here's the thing I would say to those players and these players that are here right now. It better be your number one. Better be your number one. Focus. Deal with it. It doesn't really matter. So, anyways, let's keep it rolling here. For Randy and Texarkana, I was up. Randy.
Man, I'm just out here picking them up and putting them down. What you doing?
Are you in your car?
I'm in my truck.
Okay, so you're really you're really not running and jogging and all that stuff. But I get it. I get what your reference is. What's up, man?
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to test a theory real quick. Yesterday you told that first-time caller to get a ding, you had to say something really great. So let's try this. Chris Beam is the greatest producer of all times.
No.
He left me hanging. He must not be listening.
Or he must not just think that what you're saying.
I'm on the phone.
What you? Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa!
Wow! I apologize.
Wow! He's talking like we're his wife. Like, I'm on the phone.
Shoo! Yeah, I need a shower.
All right, Randy. Let's focus. Let's focus on this.
All right, focus.
What's
all
up?
right, real quick. All right. So coming off the bye week, what would you rather have? An offense that they have changed up and made a little less predictable and can score points, or a defense that stiffens up and creates turnovers? Y'all have a lovely day. Love you guys. Holler at you later.
All right.
All right, bye.
I want both, Randy. You had a bye week. Both of them had bye week. Fix both sides. They're both kind of bad at times this year. So I get the either or question. What's more important? Give me the defense. If I have to fix one thing, give me the defense that's ready to stop the run, get some turnovers, make some plays. Because the offense, I think, we've seen it even in some of the bad losses. We've seen them kind of move the ball and get some field goals. Just can't keep up with the defense. Fix the defense. I think with the skill players you have on offense, with Dak, CD, you're supposed to, be able that they need some help. Give them that help on the defense. So that would be my prediction there. That if you would say the other side, I could see that too. Your offense could score some points, and that'll put the defense in better situations. I get that. So either way, they both need to happen. That's why the question is what it is. All right, let's go to Chris in San Angelo.
Mr. Nick, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, bud. How are you?
Oh, can't complain, buddy. Hey, I think I kind of just got my thunder stolen, so I might have. I was gonna ask you if the Cowboys come out of San Francisco with the win, which unit do you think we're going to be talking about more, the offense or the defense?
Honestly, I'll say the same. I think it's going to be both. I think to win this game, the 49ers are pretty well balanced. They have been for a long time. Their defense doesn't seem like they're banged up. Like Irene said, doesn't seem like it's the defensive side of the ball that's too banged up for them. Their offense I'm sure that they'll figure it out. So I think the Cowboys are going to have to play better than we've seen on both sides of the ball, and kicker as well. We got to make sure he's ready to go and out of jury duty and all that good stuff. But I just think that it'll have to be a team effort to go up and win in San Francisco. It'll have to be a team. So maybe it's a cop-out answer, but it's got to be everybody.
Yeah. Well, I think I would lean a little bit on the defense just because. I would say would be the defense just because no matter who's playing for San Francisco, it seems like they always get it done and run it all over. So
of course.
That being said, it would mean that the defense stepped up and did it. So anyway,
well, what do you think? I mean, do you think it's defense?
I definitely think it's the defense because, like I said, we've never really been able to consistently stop them before, especially the run. And doesn't matter who's running. If we do it, it's a victory. So like I said, we're not worried about injuries.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be both. I mean, it's got to be both. And this defense, I think both the defense and the offense is going to be a challenge. But I definitely think that the defense, they've been pushed around. Even if they don't get Deron Bland and Micah Parsons back, which we'll see, doesn't seem like this is going to be the week for that, unfortunately. But they're going to have to step it up. I mean, the guys that are there have to step up. They've had 2 weeks to figure out what's been wrong, and they know what the 49ers are going to try to do, so they have to be ready for it.
Okay. Well, if I could, one more thing while I was
Sure.
here. The Micah Parsons contract, do you think that the way that they play and finish the season will have any effect on how they approach his future there? As far as, because then they'd be having like another really, really high paid player on the team, and I don't know what the thinking might be there.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it factors in, and thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Always,
Thank you, Nick.
Chris.
Thank you.
I think how this season plays out, just like with any team. I mean, how the season plays out kind of affects what your goal is and what stance you are moving forward and how he plays and all that stuff. I think as it stands right now, I think that Micah Parsons is definitely in their long-term plans. They know it's a contract that they wanted to get done, and they're just going to figure out how to get it done, and they're not in a hurry with that one. They weren't in a hurry with some of the other ones too, so I don't think they'll be in a big hurry here. If he wants to get it done earlier, then maybe it'll be for something that works for the Cowboys as well. But I think everything that happens between now and then, how he plays, how he comes back from injury, does he have other injuries? Is he, because there's a lot of talk about, is he undersized to play this position? So this would be, an example of that. So he's got to see how he comes back. So there's a lot of factors involved here, not just how the Cowboys play, but how he plays as well. All right. The lines are open here, 888-855-2297. It's a great reason for us to take our first break here on Cowboys Storyline. So give us a call, and we will answer those calls and texts when we come back here from break.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together. And we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Cowboys Storyline.
This Sunday, October 27th, Cowboys will be taking on the 49ers on the road in San Francisco, but you can be at AT&T Stadium at the Miller Lighthouse for a free watch party presented by 7-Eleven. Get your free tickets at dallascowboys.com/watch party. All right. David in Fort Worth is our next caller on the line. David, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, Nick?
I'm great. How are you?
Hey, brother. I'm doing well, man. Hey, this is kind of like a curveball, little wrench here, but we had a big spaces last night, probably our biggest one last night. And I finally told everybody, because there was a couple other Davids in the group, I finally told everybody that I actually don't even go by David. Since 2011, when I joined the military, I've always gone by Sue. Going forward, I'm just going to start saying that I'm Sue from Fort Worth. I just wanted to let you know and all the other callers know, so if they start hearing Sue from Fort Worth, it's just David.
What's the name?
Sue, like S-U, or like a boy named Sue, Johnny Cash,
Okay. Indomitian?
Yeah,
Are you Indomitian, Sue?
No, that's what Travis asked. No, my last name is Sue Staita, but in the military, in the Army, they couldn't pronounce it. So they just called me Sergeant Sue, Private Sue.
I'm going to call you Sergeant Sue. That's what I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you Sergeant Sue from now on. All right, Sergeant Sue. What's up, man? All right.
No, nothing much, man. No, so I wanted to talk about kind of like, the offense and the defense, what everybody's, which one will be talked about more. I think the offense will be impressive if they can move the ball, like, period, regardless of who's on the other side right now. That's kind of how I feel.
Right.
Defensively, though, like, I kind of feel because of all the injuries, I mean, Brock Purdy's going to be out there throwing to, the popcorn guy, for
right.
all that we know. And defensively, if you can't, like, take this opportunity to, like, be like, look, let's stop the freaking run right now, and let's let Purdy beat us. If Purdy beats you, that's fine. But I want to see the defense figure out a way to stop the run, figure out a way to at least slow it down, because that's been our Achilles heel for a very, very long time. I just wanted to say that, man. So that's all I really wanted to say. I appreciate you and Chris, and, I'll catch you guys soon.
All right. That's Sergeant Sue, formerly known as David in Fort Worth, but we're going to go with Sergeant. Love it. It's like we said to the last call, offense, defense, special teams, everybody. I'm not I'm not buying that it's going to be, it's not going to be an easy game. No one thinks that way. The Cowboys are not favored to win. Again, you realize this is the 7th game of the season. The Cowboys have been the underdogs 5 times this year. So for a game that like season, we thought Cowboys had a chance to be pretty good, one of the favorites maybe to go back to the playoffs or whatever the expectations you had. But this is the 5th time out of 7 games where they haven't been favored. Now, I think they were favored to beat the Saints. That did not work well. And they were favored to beat the Giants. And they barely did. But they were underdogs in every other game, Cleveland included. That's kind of where it is. And so my point saying all that is that I just believe that the 49ers it's going to be a challenge. This is the best chance the Cowboys probably have to go win this game, but that doesn't mean that it's in the bag by any means. All right, let's go to Florida. Ali in Florida is up.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. How are you?
Pretty good, buddy. How about you?
Great.
Okay, a couple of things. You had a caller a couple of days ago. It was a father lost a daughter.
Oh, yeah.
I want to give a shout to him. And if you ever think you doubt about your show, if the father losing a daughter have a time to call your show,
yeah,
it says a lot about what you and Chris doing a lot of good things, man.
Well, thank you.
So I keep him in prayer. Hopefully he get the strength to at least get back to normal. That's having said that, I think with the Cowboys this year, we have I think the offensive line are not playing together somehow. I don't know, is the injury, is the coaching, whatever it is. I think we got the 5 good offensive line to get the job done. But I think the first quarter, we've been so unproductive. And then when we get the red zone, we just kick the field goal. The first quarter has to be improved against the 49ers. And one suggestion I have for your show, I notice you are so meticulous and perfectionist about what you do. And when the new StoryLiner come on the phone, you get so excited, you throw the arm up, and you're waiting for that, here we go. And at the same time, Chris has his hands full on the other side.
Right.
I think what you should do, put something on the laptop or get a little tape recording. The minute the people says, I'm the first caller, you do it in where you are so Chris can do everything else, Because you guys have a great team, and, somehow it's going to be some way to solve it. That's all I have. You have a great weekend, buddy, and go Cowboys.
Okay. Thanks for the call. Thanks for the suggestion. Chris, work on that button for me so I could just hit it right here so you don't have to mess with it. You're right, though. I mean, if y'all could see what he's doing in the back, that's how he gets the next caller. As soon as you hang up, Ali, hopefully the phone is ringing and he's answering the call and all that. So when I take the next call, he's probably on the phone. So you're right. He's trying to do a lot. And he's worked really hard to make this show what it is. I think we've worked together to do that. And thank you for saying that. What you said to start off about, what this show does for other people and all of the podcasts. I think it just, when you have any kind of issues in life and tragedy and whatever you're going through, sometimes you have to keep going. You have to keep going and you have to take your mind off of certain things and figure out how to just make it go. I know that I have people in my family that deal with that right now every day, trying to figure out and actually use this show for that same reason. And I'm very appreciative of that. But it's not for everybody. And so we just try to do what we do. And I appreciate the nice words there. Even though we do have Chris overworked, for sure. There was another point that you said. Oh, Ali, you talked about first quarter. Yeah. I mean, they have not taken the ball and scored a touchdown to start the game all year. And they haven't come out of the third quarter and taken the ball and scored a touchdown. So all this talk about they should take the ball, defer, whatever. Doesn't matter. They're not scoring touchdowns. They're not coming out of the gate doing anything, whether it be the first quarter or the third quarter. So I don't know if it matters. Fix that part more than anything is what needs to happen. All right, Dylan, Northport, Florida. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Joined a little bit late here, so sorry if anybody asked this question already. But we had a banger of a space last night. I know David just mentioned it, but it blew up. It was very passionate. Went for like 3 hours, and one of our new guys that joined our call for the first time, his name was Wilson, and he asked a question that set us off on like an hour-long passionate conversation. I want to ask you the same question.
Okay.
Outside of leadership, because that's kind of the go-to thing with Dak, and I'm a big Dak supporter fan. I think he's great, whatever. But I had a hard time answering this question. I can only answer it one way. But outside of leadership, what's Dak's special trait that he does really well?
Oh, you're asking me that. What does he do well?
That question, yeah. Yeah. The special, not even just well, but what makes him special outside of his leadership ability?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's his ability to in the fourth quarter, in the second half, fourth quarter, to whatever the situation is, to rise to the occasion. I mean, I think he's got mental toughness that's he's had to deal with things that a lot of people have never had to experience in their life. And so, not to sound like the Romo quote here, but like if this is the worst that's ever happened to him, like he's experienced that. You've experienced that. So when you've experienced that in life, a 4th and 9 with like at the end of the game in Philadelphia is he can handle it. And I think that does help with leadership, and that's what kind of sparks that. But I think it's the fact that, like, whatever it is, he's focused. It doesn't matter if they're down 30, up 30. I think his mindset is always been there. Now, if you're asking me, it's deep ball, deep pass, whatever, I don't know if he has special traits like that. He's not the fastest. He's not the biggest and strongest. It doesn't have the most accurate pass in the world. No, that's not what he has. The intangibles, the things that you can't see all the time. So.
Sure, yeah, and that's kind of my answer. And I think that field generals don't really exist in the NFL right now. I think a lot of guys rely on their athleticism. It's a lot of off-script kind of plays. But I think he's about as close as you can get to what a field general used to be in the 2000s. Yeah. He's very smart. He's developed very well. He can read defenses pre-post snap. Doesn't have the arm strength and the accuracy like other guys have, but he gets the job done typically. So that was just curious.
Okay. All right. Well, good stuff. And it looks like you're the mastermind behind the Twitter Spaces. So it sounds like it's going great over there with the StoryLine community that you guys have formed. So I really appreciate
we got to get you in there, man, on one of these. You and Chris.
I thought y'all do it Thursday nights. Is y'all did an impromptu Wednesday night?
Yeah, my wife comes home from a business trip tomorrow, so I was like, let me do it on Wednesday where I can be really loud, as loud as I want, and if I got to yell, I can yell, get passionate, right? So I did it on Wednesday night. Yeah, go ahead.
Do we have some fights going on in there, like some arguments? Some
loving fights. You know Rob, right? Mr. Rob from Vegas. You know he can be passionate, and he's kind of the central point to the passion. Everybody kind of feeds off him, just like it happens here on the phone line sometimes. So he was there, and we'll probably be doing it Wednesday nights because that one went really well. We had 30 plus people all night in and out, and it was a good one. So nice. I'll put that back up on the Twitter space, and if you want to join in, feel free, man, whenever.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Dylan, for the call and all the support as well. All right, let's go to Robbie in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Robbie, what's up?
Hey, Nick, how are you today, my friend?
Great.
Hey, man, sounds like we got a lot of good comments. I've actually listened. A lot of callers from Florida today, too.
Is that right? I see.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3.
Yeah,
shout out to Ali and shout out to
for sure
to Dylan.
Yeah, 3 in a row. Let's go.
Couple questions for you. A couple questions.
Okay.
One, I love our fan base that we have. I love this community that you and Chris and Derek, of course, have created. And I know the amount of work that has gone into it, and it's amazing to see it. And we're grateful to be able to debate and have different opinions. on that note, I have a different opinion than a lot of these guys lately that I hear talk about trading Micah away. Why do you trade the best player on the team away? I mean, what do you get? 2 first rounds, 3 first rounds? What are the chances of getting a guy with even 3 first-round picks as good as Micah? I mean, the guy's a game changer. I don't see it.
Yeah. I mean,
and
go ahead. No, go ahead. I've already kind of said what I've said about that. I mean, it's I understand the reasoning why. The reasoning why is to try to get somebody in here that can also help the team and be a little bit more of a complete player, if you wanted to say that. But it has more, it's not as positionless as he seems to be at times. But you take the good with the bad, and it's a lot more good. So, but it's hard to. It's easy to say that now because he's been hurt. He's been hurt, and you've missed him. Like, this defense has missed him for sure.
I've missed him.
Yeah, we all have. I mean, but I think that the defense has. They just don't have a playmaker. They just don't have a guy that can go and change the game.
Oh.
So,
like we've said a couple times, you and I, we're missing our top 5 defensive ends. That's 5. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sam Williams, Nealon, Tank.
Yeah.
Who am I missing?
You said Sam Williams, Tank,
Sam
Nealon.
Williams,
Well, 4,
Tank,
definitely
Nealon.
4. You're missing 4
Micah.
defensive ends, but 2, from last year, and free agency. So when you factor all that in,
Golston and them, yeah.
So anyways,
for sure.
It's been tough.
All right, man. Still glass half full, man, and I hope that we're gonna play out the season and fight, and I'm gonna play each game like it's the last and enjoy it, man, because that's what we got to do. But just wanted to say thank you again for all you guys do, man. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you so much, Robbie. Appreciate that. Let's take another phone call here from Massachusetts. Rick in Massachusetts.
Hey, it's Nick. How you doing?
Good. How are you today?
I'm good. I'd just like to piggyback on a few things that was said so far already. One sit with Dylan and Irene. Last night's Spitter Spaces was pretty good. It got a little heated, but it was still good. It was all fun. I just listened because I had other things to do. But getting to a question that someone asked earlier about whether it be the defense or the offense, I was thinking about that Miller Lite commercial. It's both.
Both? Yeah. This is where we are right now. That you can't just pick one. It's like asking a kid. I've got a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old. You asking them which toy they want at the store. It's usually both. So offense and defense, they both need to step up here.
Yeah, my score for the game, I think the Cowboys will pull it out. It's going to be a close one, but I'm going to say like 28-24 Cowboys.
That would be good. Be good to see them get some points on the board and get the offense going a little bit. So, and it's probably going to take a few points like that to score. I know I've seen some predictions of a low-scoring game. I'm not seeing that one as much. I think it'll be one that they'll be going, and I think the Cowboys offense will come back from the bye and play well. And I think because of that, San Francisco will keep up. So, yeah.
The other thing was that San Francisco is missing some people on defense.
Are they?
Starting safety, Greenlaw from the linebacker.
Yeah.
He hasn't back yet, and I think it was a defensive end too.
Yeah.
I think it was Law or something like that.
Maybe. I just know. I just think Warner and Bosa, if they're playing, then their defense is going to be good. And I know that's way more than that. But those are the two that I think of. I'm like, okay, if they're not out, then their defense is fine. And I know that you can't always say that, but that's my simplistic attitude on when it comes to their defense.
Right. Thank you, and keep up the guys. I love the guys. What you guys are doing, you and Chris. So keep up and do it, and maybe someday you can join our Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, I'll get in there. I've done it before. Yeah. I've done it once, but I need to get in there. Maybe last night wasn't a good night for it, but maybe we could play moderator a little bit, calm everyone down, because that's what we do. Thanks, Rick, for the call.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, we're getting a lot of love here, Chris. A lot of People shouting out about the show. Appreciate that for sure. So, but let's take a break real quick. Our last one on Cowboy Storyline. We'll come right back and finish off the show.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
Altec Lansing has been perfecting sound since 1927, bringing you decades of audio excellence to elevate your Dallas Cowboys tailgate ritual. Equip your next pregame with the Sound Rover 180 with 6 hours of playtime, built-in microphone, multicolor light modes, and a rugged exterior that's built to last. Visit alteclansing.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off your Sound Rover 180. That's ALTECLANSING.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off. Altec Lansing, official audio partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Cowboys Storyline.
Join the fight against cancer with the 2024 Crucial Catch Collection. The NFL donates 100% of its proceeds from the Crucial Catch merchandise to the American Cancer Society to provide cancer screenings and resources to underserved communities. Visit a pro shop near you or log on to shop.dallascowboys.com. A Fanatics experience and help us intercept cancer today. All right, back here for a few more minutes here, at least 10 more minutes or so before we got to get out of here. Cowboys Break will be joining us next here in the studio. Let's go to Oklahoma City for our next caller, Gavin, on the line again. Gavin, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Nick? Good to hear from you.
You too.
I just wanted to talk about possibly coming out of the bye, the team coming out more aggressive on offense and more unpredictable on both sides of the ball, because I personally feel like when teams have played us so far this year, we haven't made them think very much. And mistakes come when you make teams think.
Mm-hmm.
If we can just get the defense guessing what we're doing, or on defense get the offense more guessing what we're doing, and get out of double mug so much, if you know, when that's 6 down linemen on the defense. There's a lot of different combinations you can do with double mug, but at the same time, I think offenses are really catching on to that. So I think we're going to have to throw in some corner blitzes instead of, running out of that formation. But that's all I really had for you on that. And I'm not going to be able to call in tomorrow because I have a work meeting. So I was going to give you a say it with your chest prediction, as Isaiah would say.
Okay.
I think the Cowboys go on a 3-game win streak. I really believe that they're going to get it together, and I hope during the bye they've been working on these things I've been calling you about, as well as the red zone, because the red zone is killing us. But I just feel like Atlanta and Philly are overrated, even though they're good respective teams, and I feel like San Francisco's got too much going on now. Houston, that's a whole different beast. But, I really believe the Cowboys can get this together. I'm a very cautious fan and realistic fan, or I feel like that anyway. So I just truly believe that they'll do it, and that's all I got for you.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm for it. I'm for a winning streak, especially if it includes Philadelphia and the 49ers. I mean, that would be nice. You'd hate to have that end with at home against Houston on Monday Night Football. So might as well try to make it 4. But then again, let's just get one. Let's just work on one right now, and that's going to be a challenge up in San Francisco. I'm with you. Coming out of the bye, though, I want to see something. I want to see 10 things that I haven't seen before, or at least haven't seen in a while. And I think that's one of the things that we're starting to see that happened in the last few weeks with the team. That they're starting to be very, very predictive of, and there's just too many analytics in the NFL now. Too many people the Cowboys have like 5 or 6 on their staff in the analytics department. I'm sure other teams as well. They see all this stuff. They know what you do on 3rd and 6. They know what kind of formations you run out of. They know your tendencies. So if there's ever a time to mix it up, it's now. Show me, like you said, Gavin, show me a corner blitz. Show me a different end around. Show me a flea flicker once. Something. I'd probably lose my mind. I'd be kicked out of the press box if they run a flea flicker for a touchdown. Seriously, I would be kicked out. I would be like, sir, you have to go over there, because I probably would lose it just because. And I'm pretty calm when it comes to, games, when it get down to the end like that. But, the flea flicker, you guys don't understand, and maybe you do, but I mean, if Maryland is playing East Carolina at 11 o'clock on Saturday and Maryland runs a flea flicker for a touchdown, I mean, I got like 5 or 6 tweets just on that. And if it ever happens in an NFL game, it feels like it's like 20. So if it ever happened in a Cowboy game to success or failure, I guess, or if the other team ran it, oh, man, I'd break the internet right there. All right, good stuff, Gavin. Let's go to Bob, Rio Grande Valley.
Morning, Nick.
Hey, Bob.
Good to talk to you.
You
good
too.
to talk to Chris. It's good to hear all the Cowboys fans that have called in. It's been a great show, and I appreciate it.
All right. We appreciate you, for sure.
I'm looking forward to Sunday night's game. If we happen to pull it out and win it, I'm going to be elated. If we don't, I'm not going to be heavily disappointed. My expectations are not so much in the winning and as it is in seeing some improvement on both sides of the line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely hopeful that Mike will be a little more diversified in his play calling. Maybe keep the Niners off the well, just don't give them the same predictability, because if you do, that's a plan that is going to lead to a loss. I'm of the opinion, opposite of you, that this is going to be a low-scoring game. And if the Cowboys do win it, it's going to be close, very close. Hope everybody has I'm not going to be able to call in tomorrow. I appreciate you guys taking my call. I appreciate you taking the calls of all the people that call in. And, again, I really enjoy your show. Have a great weekend, and thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. Everyone's been so nice today. I'm not sure why, but this has been really good. We appreciate all the calls and appreciate all the good points and different perspectives. And that's the thing. I say it all the time, and I mean that. Your opinion and your point is undefeated. It's not wrong, and I feel the same about mine. But I love when we can, talk about it. And I'll say this. I've learned from the fans a lot here in this last year and a half of doing this show. You guys are very, very just you're very in tune with what's happening and understand a lot of things and you tell me about things that are happening across the league that I don't always see. But it's been very, very well informed, and I like it, and hopefully I can provide some of that as well. But it's definitely a good give and take. All right, let's go to Eric in North Carolina. Eric, what's up, man?
Hey, Nick, how are you today?
Great. Good to hear from you.
Thank you. Yeah, I switched careers and haven't been able to call in for quite some time. I just want to thank you and Chris for making me a third team storyline, and I appreciate the T-shirt.
Yeah.
And I wear it often on my days off, so that put a big smile on my face.
It's a good shirt. It's comfortable. I mean, I like it. We did a good job.
It is. Yeah, I was very, very pleased. It was better than I thought. So so that was terrific.
I got some extras. I got extras, but they're for like the big boys, like the linemen. I mean, like the ones that I have are like night shirts. I mean, like we're talking 2, 3X. So maybe you can hit Chris up. Yeah. Got some extras.
Yeah, therefore, guys like Kennard, the one they call Baby.
Yeah, Big Baby. Yeah. I don't know if Kennard could fit into these. Okay, these are maybe not him. I don't know what he's doing these days.
Maybe not that big, but yeah, he was like one of my favorite reserve linemen, I guess you might say.
Sure.
But I was just going to say when we get our whenever we get our full complement of defensive linemen back and Parsons, I think Parsons is most effective when he rushes, like most people think, but I also think he's most effective rushing from a linebacker, more like a traditional linebacker position. But I think he's best as like our fifth rusher or rushing that center, well, like he was doing last year.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to see what you thought about that, and I'll hang up and listen.
All right. All right. That's kind of one thing that we were just talking about in the last caller. Like, it's got to be something that we haven't seen. Like they've got to show a lot more of that in this open time. And I understand that you didn't get 4 weeks off of the bye. You get, basically you get an extra week. I mean, that's what it is. But I want to see more of that. I want to see him rush in different spots. I want to see, confusion. I can't remember which caller it was, maybe Gavin, or just a couple of calls ago about making making Brock Purdy, and as good as he's been and as smart as he is, make him somewhat confused. That's been the knock on this team right now, is that they're predictable and that you can see this coming from a mile away. So change it up. Let's see Donovan Wilson rush a little bit more. Let's see Jordan Lewis off the edge. Let's see Overshown in a different spot than we've seen before. Maybe rush from on the outside. Whatever it is, it's got to be somewhat confusing, because if you know it's coming, you can be prepared for it. And if this team comes out of the bye week with a 3-3 record like they've had, and they come out of the bye week and they look exactly like we've seen before, then that's a huge problem. And to me, that's where you're going to need to see some big changes. What they are, I'll let people on that side of the building figure that out. But there's no way that this team can come out of a bye week with all of the studies, all the reports, all the analytics, all the stuff, all the criticism. Troy Aikman watches 32 teams, and that's what his thought is. Whether he's right or wrong, that's his opinion, which of course is undefeated. But there's some truth to some of the stuff he's saying. But my point is there's no way that this football team can come out of the bye week and not be better prepared than what we've seen before. They've got to go out there. They got to score early in the first half, early in the third, in the third quarter. Stop someone on defense. I gave you that stat that the Cowboys haven't scored a touchdown on offense to start the game or the half. Well, on the flip side, they've only stopped a team one time out of 12 possessions. That's 6 in the first quarter, 6 in the third quarter. They've only stopped a team one time. That was Cleveland. The other 11 times the team went and scored either a field goal or a touchdown. That's not being prepared on defense, just like they're not being prepared on offense. So there's absolutely no excuse if they don't come out and look better to start things off. All right. The lines are open, so we're gonna wrap the show here. It's been a good one. We had 12 good callers. You guys were outstanding in your thoughts, but we're not done for the week. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about Cowboys and 49ers. Should be a lot of fun. So for Chris Beam, I am Nick Eatman. We will see you tomorrow on the Storyline. We'll see you then.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!